Hi. I'm back. Snap's back too. I'm not sure she knows that she's back, but she is. She also has moved since I streamed earlier. She just goes back to the exact same position, as you can probably imagine. Anyway, hello! Welcome back to the second stream of the day. Today we're going to play Sims. Or this time I'm going to play Sims. I'm playing the Stardew Valley soundtrack, though, on top of my Sims. So it's like, thematically appropriate, because I streamed Stardew this morning. I do have one confession to make. When I set out to do this stream today, originally, I was going to finish the vineyard that I started last week. And then about 20 minutes ago, I thought, no. No. I'm going to build a lighthouse today. I was going to do that tomorrow, but I'm switching it up. I'm just in the lighthouse mood today, so I have to go with the vibes. So I'm gonna do the lighthouse instead. I also did not realize this, but I thought this was like the perfect lot to build a lighthouse on, and I was gonna do it here. And then I looked this way and I said, I'm not the only person who had this thought because there's a lighthouse in the world, just over there, in the same environment. So that does kind of throw off the vibes a little bit, but it's okay. Let's just not look at that side. They need two because they want to make sure that there's enough of them or something. I don't know. The shoreline needs protection. Right. Yeah. You can never be safe enough. Buy one, get one free, whatever. But what I was planning on turning it into is I would love to have it be a park, which might be a little bit of I don't know, could be a bad idea. I guess we'll see. But what I would love to have is like a small lighthouse building somewhere on the lot somehow, I don't know. And then, there's gonna be like a circle. So it's like lighthousey. And then we could have like some kind of like cute gardens or something. I'm picturing like this is like a historic lighthouse. You know when they turn them into things, like now it's a museum, now it's this, now it's that. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but I want it to have park vibes because I would like to be able to come on dates here with my sim. So there are 2 lighthouses in the town you grew up in. Really? Are they right next to each other? Like, just because I could see it if there was like another one on the other side of the island or something. But the fact that they're just like right next door. But maybe this one is old and broken, so they built a new one. And this one has become a park. No, you have 2 different beaches. Okay. Great. Well, let's pretend they're next to each other. Let's just pretend that they're like next door neighbors or something, She must see something. Look, she's looking at something. God, I wish I could be her. Do you know what I mean? She said, what? To be a cat, looking with my little window and my comfy cat tree right in front of it. She's living my dream. Okay, anyway, that's kind of the vision. I'm not really sure exactly how it's gonna go. There's gonna be curved walls, which the last time I tried to make a lighthouse with curved walls, I tried to make a lighthouse right when the curved wall update came out. And oh my God, I was finding it very frustrating. Oh, really? Snap, we just went live. The people came here to see you. They don't even want to watch the game. They just want to watch you. I know. But anyway, the curved walls, ooh, scary. Well, the problem that I had with doing the lighthouse last time that I anticipate is going to happen again is that I had like this super nice little section that I had made, and then there was absolutely no way for me to be able to put any like ladder in it. Like it was such a nightmare trying to make it accessible to my Sims, and like obviously the door situation was hard. So I don't really know how this is gonna go, but we're here to experiment. So yeah, Luca, I just got done saying that. So my original plan was to do the other build, and then do this tomorrow, but sometimes the inspiration strikes. You can't fight that. If you're feeling in the zone to build a round wall, you can't, like, this, you know, it's few and far between, this sort of feeling. So if I'm in that zone, I feel like I should take advantage of it, you know? Because this is probably going to be short-lived. It doesn't happen often. Yeah, you got to go with the vibes and embrace it. Because who knows what tomorrow could bring. I probably won't be feeling round walls tomorrow. I mean, after this today, I certainly won't be feeling round walls tomorrow. But for now, we're okay. Okay, I'm going to get a second OBS open so we can start building. And then we can go lunch anyway. All right. Let's get it ready. Come on. Okay. I think I'm going to record this because I'm probably going to want to post it on YouTube eventually, right? So, okay. I'm prepared. Are you ready? I'm not. All right, let's just start. We may have to bulldoze a few times, but we'll see how it goes. All right, Snap, we have to lock in though, okay? Because we're going to make a lighthouse. So you can put your head right there, but remember, we're locked in. Oh, I'm kind of scared. It always seems like a better idea until you actually start doing it, you know? And then you get started and you think, oh, maybe it should, honestly, maybe it should just be bigger. That doesn't really feel, oh. Well, let me try it bigger and see. That's, no. Just keep it like this. Keep it like this. Okay, 3 high, and then I thought we could have like some kind of cute little tower or something up there. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, it's gonna be for my very veggie save. That's what we're making this for. That's the plan, at least. I don't know. We'll see. I wonder if I should have made it like... Oh, who knows? I think on the top, I think I might do like not round up here, and we could build like some kind of... Oh. Well, if there's enough trim, like this could be made to work, depending on how we go about it. I want to have a metal, I just don't really know which one. This metal one from Werewolves probably is, well, maybe in black. I don't need it for Very Veggie, but I want it for Very Veggie is kind of the difference. I want it because I want to have like a cute park to have my Sims come visit on dates. I thought it would be kind of cool. We moved to Tartosa with my Very Veggie save, and so I'm trying to like build up Tartosa with lots of cool things. And this is one of those cool things I was envisioning. All right, let's scratch that idea until I have the main part of the building built. Well, so you can't, somebody said they didn't know you could make your own lighthouse. I mean, like, can you? I don't know. You can try to make something that looks like a lighthouse. It's doing the thing again. How do you make it stop when you can't hit the O button? There. Switch the lot type. That's how. Yeah, so you can try, but it's not gonna be like properly functional, but you can make something that feels a little bit functional is kind of the vision. So. Yeah, so I'm thinking that I'll build it kind of like this. Maybe we could have it be a little bit of an L shape or something. Like over here. Oh, I probably don't want it to be medium wall height, right? No, probably not for this. We need to make sure that it's kind of small. It being small is kind of a key factor of this build, actually. Because we want to make sure we have enough space for it to feel like a park still. I'm saving so many boats right now. Tartosa needs this. See, I'm actually doing something really powerful and good. That's a great way of putting it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support in this time. I just don't really know what I want it to be like. Should it be up on a foundation? Probably. Maybe this part could be like on stilts and the lighthouse part can have a solid foundation, like a floor. Snap, what if you sat on your cat tree instead of on top of the keyboard? It makes you feel so guilty because I love when she sits with me, but also like, it's just like when she's like on the keyboard. I know. I was just so mean to you. I know. I'm so sorry. I do feel bad. One more floor of the lighthouse part. Well, this is The Sims 4, so we are a little bit limited in terms of number of floors that you can build on a lot. Oh my god. We could make it a little bit taller, but do you see how you can't put things above the 4th floor? So that's why I have like this. I'm gonna put up here, I had this vision of, I don't really know how this is gonna work, but I had this like image in my head of us trying to make like a little tower and having some nice roof. I don't know. It'll just trust me on that part. We'll come back to it. But you're gonna have to just trust me. Detached tower on a small hill. Oh, I don't think there's gonna be hills on this. I think that if we want this to be a park, which is the dream, I really don't think that we should have a hill because that's gonna really limit the amount of space that we have outside for other things. Yeah, we can make this floor taller. That's true, because we probably won't have any walls on this section, so we can make it tall wall height on this part. And that would be good. Then it looks higher up. Maybe medium's better. Dunno. Can I try something weirder with this? I just want to have like kind of a weirder layout of sorts. Maybe I should do that in the front instead. Building just 1 story? You think so? I like the idea of the building being 2 stories. I want to have a little bit of extra space because we can put some of the parky stuff inside the lot, you know? We can have this. I mean, if you really hate it, we can make the tower part even taller. I don't know. I like the 2-story building, though. I think the 2-story building is cool. I don't really know what I want to do with the... I'm almost thinking about doing something like that. I don't know. My vision for this was to have... I've not thought through this in its entirety, but I've thought through a couple of things. And one of the things that I was picturing, and maybe it won't be white, I don't know, but I thought that like we could put the greenhouse windows at the top. Maybe black is better because it will match the... I don't know, we'll change the colors later on, but... I mean, it's a lighthouse. It's something. It is certainly something. Maybe there could be a balcony back here in this little part. The water texture looks strange. What, outside? I haven't really looked at that, to be honest. Yeah, Light and Death has some kind of rusty windows that are like this. I don't know if I want them to be rusty, though. Well, that's making me angry. This. Gonna do classic red and white. I kind of think so. But we'll see. I don't want to dwell on the color scheme too much yet. Because if I get too far ahead of myself, then we're gonna have some problems. We just gotta take it one step at a time, but I think so. I might put a little fake balcony right here. kind of obsessed with that, actually. Okay, so nothing can be done about this. Just in case you were wondering. There's not really a solution for an entrance into here. Do you know how I know this? Because I built a lighthouse before. So there could be a door. Oh dear God. Maybe the lighthouse part is nothing. Who's to say? The lighthouse part could just be there and like not be my problem. Underground access? Oh, maybe. If we're gonna have the house on a foundation like this though, because what I would like to do in my vision and in my dreams is that the lighthouse part is solid and the rest of it is on a more open foundation like this. Yeah, so here's the situation with the inside. You can have a ladder in very specific locations. You cannot have stairs. And I don't think that Sims can get into this, and also they can't, like, the door, you know? So... this is gonna be a joy for us to figure out. I do like the vibes so far. I think I'm gonna put some of the, Snap also just left us completely, by the way. She went downstairs. Like, I just watched her leave the room out of the corner of my eye. It's honestly so rude. Like, in our time of need. Here we are, building with round walls. And this is when she chooses to ditch us? Like, if we have to suffer through this, I think she should have to suffer through this. It only feels fair. Okay, this is a very strange idea. But hear me out on this, all right? What if we put these tiny, teeny, tiny dormers up here? Because my thought is that if we have tiny, teeny, tiny dormers, it could possibly help with us implying that the lighthouse is taller than it is. It's like at Disney World when they do like the forced perspective, so it looks like the floors that are up higher are actually shorter, like fake floors, so the building looks taller. We could do that. We trick people. Visually. Put some tiny elements on there. I think I might have this part be wooded. Maybe this should get... I mean, well, also maybe I should have had it be round. I don't know. I'm greatly struggling. I need to look up a picture of a lighthouse. Lighthouse. Okay. Here's what I'm looking at. See, they're lucky because that part can be rounded. Mine can't. I guess this could be okay though, especially if we had something tall, like, on top of it. Oh. Alright, the metal looks kind of bad. I didn't really know that was gonna happen when I set out to build it. It's not awful. Are there any more lighthouses? Some of them, like this one, is like round at the top. It's a dome. I can't do that. Because it can't be the exact right size, obviously. Like, we just can't make it with the size of this round part. Like, it looks like a hat. Oh, you think it looks like a hat? Oh, man. All right, chat, listen. I think what we need to do is ignore that part. Let's do all the rest of it. And we'll come back. I think try a hipped roof and curve it. Okay, we could try that real quick. I just don't really think that that's gonna... It's giving mushroom, like, in a bad way. I wonder if we put this... I wonder if something could be done to, like... It's worse. 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 Stop. Let's think about everything else. Because sometimes stuff that it looks weird, it, like, helps itself. Diamond glass room? Oh, like, we angle it instead? It's much smaller, which I don't really know if I want. That also is no longer accessible. Like, there's a possibility if we had it as a square that we'd be able to make it accessible and your Sims could come up there and, like, visit the balcony. If we do it small with the diamond, then it won't be accessible anymore. Okay, I'm standing by what I said. Let's just stop for a second. Seriously, I think we need to put a hold on this. And let's do everything else, or at least a little bit more of the rest of it, and then... Because if we get too hung up on this, we'll never finish it, and that's not going to help anybody. Sometimes it's good, like, if you can see and visualize a little bit more of the rest of it all, then other parts of it that look a little weird might start to make more sense. We can do smaller ones. Well, I was gonna do it like that, but maybe now I'm wondering if I should have this front porch probably bigger and the front door can go under here. It's not a house, it's gonna be a park. It's gonna be a park. So we can have like community center type of stuff inside. I wanna have like playgrounds and things out here. It's gonna be a park though. Let's call it Lighthouse Park. Isn't that in my stream title? Oh no, I took it out. I'll add it. Okay. The businesses and hobbies glass door? Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, I want it to be a park. Businesses and hobbies has to be medium. Where? What the heck? Oh, I'm on curve, that's why. Sorry. Honestly, even like, this is, I think that's green and not black. Yeah, that's very much green. The black one has a different color on the outside. I don't think I want to use the solid glass door. And obviously these are quite tall. I think the green worked. Well, we're gonna have red on the building, so I don't really, the green is not really the vibes that I want to have on this, because we're gonna have some red accents. We could always do like this kind of door, is more the vision that I had been picturing. But I don't think that red and green is really the energy that I'm hoping to achieve with this. Please don't get mad at me. I just don't really want to have a Christmas lighthouse. You know? Okay, that's too high up. Don't know if I like that. Might do a different door window thing. I mean, we could try it just like that. That's pretty simple. Why not? I mean, we love Christmas, don't get us wrong. But sometimes not, you know, sometimes other things deserve to shine. This red door is businesses and hobbies, Tilly. Businesses and hobbies, this door only. I don't like the plain one. I think it needs to have the shutters. What if I did, no. Well, maybe it'll work, I don't know. Okay, this is I don't know if this is gonna work, okay? So just bear with me. But isn't there a wallpaper, maybe it's eco lifestyle? What I want, and this is not gonna work, but what I want is for it to look like there are like stripes on the lighthouse. You know, but I want it to be red, and I don't really know if we have, maybe Jungle Adventure is better. But this is like pink, so that's not. Jungle Adventure has, oh. Huh. I don't know. We also originally had thought about maybe putting some kind of like some kind of balcony walkway thing. Oh my god. But I thought about trying to have some kind of like walkway. I don't think I like the shape of that one with the width of it is awkward. Instead, we would probably do it like this. Oh, I guess that has to go straight into the end though, which I don't know if that's good. Oh. Oh my. You see, I just want to have like some kind of... Maybe it's too close to the building. I take it no one likes that. That's true. Well, maybe, actually, you make an interesting point about the door leading to the balcony to get into the lighthouse. Because maybe that's how you enter it. Is there's like some kind of... Oh my god. I want to redo the back a little bit more to fix this. But that way, we could put like a little door, you know, just right, like something like that, and then they can get into the lighthouse from up there. Maybe this hole downstairs can be wider. Or it could be like opposite that way. Oh, they're not gonna do a poll for the stripes, Lucy. I have learned my lesson about polls for things like that. Oh my god. Oh no. Anyway, I don't want to do a poll for a thing like that because then it leaves me at the mercy of chat. And what if I change my mind? We need, like, to be able to, I don't know, have some wiggle room, I guess. I'm gonna save. Use the exterior trim and red to do the stripes. Maybe we look, we can come back to the wallpaper chat. I understand that people liked the stripes. I understand people didn't like the stripes. There's a wide variety. There is a wide variety of opinions in the chat about the stripes. I hear you and I see you. We're also doing one thing at a time, so I shouldn't have even started the wallpaper at that time because I feel like we confused ourselves with that. We should have just done one thing. I think I kind of like that. I don't know about this though. And maybe it's like because of this back part that's throwing me off. Maybe if there was a taller, maybe it should just be taller. Can be a little bit of a weird shape. I mean, that's kind of fun, so. But that way it's more even. And then they could still have the door that takes you outside. Like we could have a, you know, you can access the lighthouse like from here and then. But then there's no weird clipping with it all. Except for this is weird clipping. Okay, I think this is gonna weird clip no matter what. Okay. That's fine. I think I like it. And we can have like a little back patio. This is how they can access the back of the park somehow. It doesn't think the second floor room is outside, no. It just has weird, it's because of this with the circle touching it. Round walls break everything. So what I have learned about the round walls is we have to just not dwell on it. Like they're gonna be weird about stuff and it is what it is and there's no point worrying about the roundness of it all. It just will break stuff and it's okay. Maybe I'll make you smaller. Oh, cool, thanks. See? Weird. But round, the Sims 4 was never destined to have it. And it does now, but maybe it shouldn't, you know? Just because it does doesn't mean it should. So it has some strange little quirks, I guess. Yeah, right? Like round, but at what cost? Exactly. Exactly. I think the round walls were a way better idea in theory than they actually are in practice in The Sims 4. Unfortunately. Okay, this would have no underside to it. We want it to float a little bit. And maybe I can change the stairs out for one that... For rent? No, Seasons is probably better. No, it's not a budget, because this is not a house. This is going to be a community lot, so... I know it looks like a house. The idea is that it used to be a house, and now it's like, so, you know, the family used to run the lighthouse, and those people are dead, like super dead now. And so instead of being a functional lighthouse, now we want it to be like a community space. It's like a pretend park. It's kind of the vision. Okay, so you want to go in, and I want you to go in. Oh, those are going to be scooted in a little bit closer than they are in the back. Or in the front, I guess. I'm trying to decide if I want it to be a balcony up here or if I want it to be, but maybe it should be a balcony. It's got some potential. Will there be graves? I don't want it to be creepy. I want it to be like a nice family park. I know that sounds really unlike me, but that's honestly what I'm going for. I'm not really aiming for creepy. No, you can't do round spiral stairs. I wish. Trust me, chat, all very good ideas. But they don't exist. They do not exist in this game. Okay. Put another one of those right there. Well, I guess this door could be right here too. Because then I can copy these windows. That's nice. Maybe this part should be like a fake sunroom. It sure would be nice if this game had spiral stairs. Oh, turns out I don't like that idea. I think what I would rather do, honestly, is have something a little bit more simple. I'm almost thinking something like that, and just having it on the side, not in the front. Nothing happened to the vineyard, Charlie. We're gonna build it tomorrow. I switched up my schedule. I did not mean to cause distress. I felt a flash of inspiration about this. I was gonna do this tomorrow and the vineyard today, but then I felt really inspired about this, and so I thought, if you're feeling inspired to use round walls, you really should take that and run with it. So I took it and ran with it. Guys, I'm not gonna do glass walls. Please don't, please. Please. Don't make me. Please. Please. Don't even say those words to me. They're very specific and they're not what I was picturing for this. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what kind of windows I want to put on the lighthouse part. I'm thinking that maybe it could have like... Should the lighthouse be taller? It can't. It's as tall as it can be. It's as tall as it can get. You can't add extra height to the building. It's not physically possible. Anyway, I was kind of thinking that I might do like a... that kind of thing. That's about as good as it can get. Yeah, it doesn't get taller than this. It's not... you can't add extra floors on top because we've hit the building limit. See? And I don't really want to make this part taller because I feel like that looks weird. If anything, I kind of want this part to be even shorter. Let me see about Greenhouse Haven. Oh my god, all the swatches are like all wacky with this there. That way it's accessible up here. And then imagine if there was like a ladder, a selection of ladders. Going up like that. Can this be like... No. No, 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 no. Wait, no! What did I do? No! No! Third floor taller? Well, the third floor is tall wall height. The third floor is as tall as it can be. And I'm not gonna make the bottom, you know, I don't want to make like these floors tall wall height because that doesn't affect the lighthouse won't get tall like you want it to. So this is already tall wall height. Do you see? I'm not gonna change the height of it anymore. We can't really do anything about it, and I don't really want to, so I'm just gonna let it be, okay? Let's not worry about that. We have gone past that part. It's too late for us. I understand some people really did not like those windows. So, well, maybe it could be... I'm wondering if it could be like brick. No. This is gonna be a real pain to paint. That's really annoying. That can't be changed either. I don't want to use the castle kit windows. This is a very like suburban looking. So the castle windows are kind of, I don't know if this makes sense, but they're like so, it's not limited pack. No, it's not limited pack. So that's that. Where did the lighthouse that I was looking at go? Look, this one is just white and it has one window on it. And it's also not even that tall. I wonder if I could put anything. I'm wondering about getting like some nice. This could be interesting. Does that help it look cooler? This part still is giving like hat, which isn't good. Oh. That actually looks a little bit better because it makes it look shorter. Yeah, I think that helps it look a little bit rounder. I am kind of struggling with... I think that the metal part, at least up there, I almost feel like this needs to be black. If we're gonna commit to the top being black and then the rest of it should be different, but these don't come in black, so it has to be something else. That one's too big. Yeah, the lower deck is a little bit too wide to have these. I mean, you could put a couple of them, but they won't be... there. It won't be super noticeable. Oh, look at how weird that is. I'm gonna try and fix this. I might get like a... What floor am I on? This floor? Okay. Yeah, I just want to have it be... Like, I want the trim on that side, but I don't want it over here because I don't want to have the overhang. This is Tartosa that we're in right now, yeah. It is. This part is so strange. I wonder what happens if... It does. That's not really in the spirit of the lighthouse. I don't know. I want to have more, like, I want to have more outside space. It does kind of look better though, doesn't it? I want the underside. Look at how weird that is. Okay, this needs to go away then, if we're gonna get... Suddenly it's like really big. And in my head it was gonna be small. So that's kind of throwing me off too. That doesn't help. Let me think about windows. Oh my god. Okay, it has to be in line with that. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, this makes the lighthouse part like significantly shorter, which is not so good. If people were mad about the lighthouse being too short before, now they're gonna be really mad. You think no windows? Maybe. Only thing is we have to have this door back here. Like there will be this door. What? Oh, do you not like it? No, okay. I'm not sure how to fix it though. But they need to be able to access it, Snap. Okay. Well, if you can't just yell and have no suggestions. You have to offer an idea up. She's coming up to offer some ideas. It's not gonna match, but that actually, oh, I know. I can't see. Christine goes, Snap, I'm gonna warn you for backseat gaming. I do like how that looks though. I wonder if they can get in there. Maybe I should bring a sim here real quick. Wait, let me just put down some of the park stuff. Guys, I'm really like thoroughly set on this being a park, by the way. Like that's, I really, really would like to be able to visit this place as a park. It's important to me. Let's travel here with just somebody. Oh, Stanley. You can do it. Cool weather. I was gonna see if you could... Here, come upstairs. Can you go here? He can. Okay, I didn't know if he could get under that, but he can, so that's fine. Yeah, I don't really like visiting museums with my Sims that often, but I visit parks all the time. And then like I'm building this because I want to have more gameplay locations in Tartosa, so. Okay, well that's good. We could also have this over here if we really wanted it, but I don't think I will do that twice. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we have to decide if we like that part like that, or if we want to stick to it being round. Which everyone is unsure about. Oh my. Okay, so some people are gonna be upset no matter how we do this, because the camp that hates that it's short is gonna be mad now, and the people, I don't know. So I kind of feel like the part on the bottom being a little bit bigger looks a little bit better in the Sims. Sometimes realism and the Sims don't really go together, so. I don't know. We can also, like, we don't have to make this decision right now. Like, it's not like it's a final call. We're still changing it. So if we, like, keep adding to the rest of the build and then think, oh, it looks bad, we can come back and switch it. Like, it's not, nothing is final. We're working on a little Sims building, so. Okay. I'm good with how far back it is, I think. Let's think about what the floor plan would look like if we were to have this much extra space. Like, where would everything go if we did it like this? What is the plan? So there could be like a staircase up in here. I wonder if some of this could be open. I won't use this fence, don't worry. I'm just thinking. Could be cool like that, I don't know. Could even close that up a little bit. There could be, no. Yeah, upstairs there could be like some kind of skill building room or something. It's gonna be a park, chat. It's gonna be a park. Is what we are working on right now. Tiny wedding area? There could be a tiny wedding section in here. That could be really cute, actually. We could dress this little room up to have that. And you don't need to have very many chairs, just a few. It's gonna be a regular park, not a national park. I know that might sound like a really weird idea if you haven't, like, I don't know, if you can't visualize it yet, but trust me, I have a plan. I have a vision in my head of how it's gonna look, and I promise it's gonna come together. Oops, taking screenshots and videos by accident. Okay, I think that maybe these should become the bathrooms. Just because they're off to the side, like, it's just easier that way. So we can do that. I'm seeing some lighthouses attached to a building like yours. It's more rare, but still exists. What, did you not believe me that it was a thing? It happens. I mean, sure, it might not happen where you're from, but it's very common, especially back in the day, because imagine somebody has to, this is a long time ago, okay? Somebody has to operate the lighthouse. Where do they live? In this. But now, no one has to do that anymore. So it has become like a public space, is kind of the story. That's very common. Maybe not in your town or your country, I don't know where you're from, but it is a thing that happens. I didn't make that up. I do live in Florida. Florida has water on 3 sides, peninsula, so I've seen a lighthouse or two. If that's okay, do you believe me? Yeah, even the lighthouse in Brindleton Bay has a house part attached. Yeah, that's true. Good point. Good point. All right. Maybe base game like that. Sure. Okay, there we have a little entryway to the park part of the lighthouse. So I'm trying to think about, I'm kind of thinking just like community center vibes, almost like library type of vibes in here. Maybe there could be bookshelves along the back. Can be kind of simple in that way. Oh, did it still, oh, it. Okay. So it deleted one of my ladders. I'm not super sure what to make of that happening, but maybe we can figure it out. I don't know. It might be okay. I think I might make the ladder wooden. God, round walls are just like my worst nightmare. You know what's really cool is how the round wall, okay, that's not supposed to be painted like that, but you know what's really cool is how the round wall, when you have them, it makes it so that it actually like brings the wood floor out. And so you can't choose your own wood floor. You have to use the one that you have from the inside. I love that that happens. It's super nice of the game to do that for me, so. Yeah. Oh, you know what we could also possibly do is make this like, how about we do it like 2 tiles lower? Does that help with the lighthouse part feeling taller? It still looks fine like that, so. That could be okay. Now, the question is, do we want to commit to that sunroom concept that we had talked about for the other side? Or is that really weird? It definitely is so pretty for the wedding part. Like the wedding arch being right there. Oh my god. And you can see, not you being able to see the other lighthouse from inside of here. Perfect. Cool. Don't worry about that either. Oh my. And they, again, they take boat safety really seriously, so that's all. Well, maybe they could have white wood on this part of the lighthouse. Maybe you could be black because you're inside there. I don't really know what kind of colors to use. But I do kind of prefer it with the white accent somehow. You can get married in a lighthouse with views of a lighthouse. Exactly. Everyone's biggest dream. I'm kind of thinking about... Oh, cool. So this part... Don't know if I can fix that, but we'll see. Maybe if I get to the other side, I can do it. Okay, so you actually cannot paint that wall where it's clipping into the rounded part. So hope you like white, because that's sort of the option that we have here. I am good with this kind of thing. Maybe I should do a starker white. Like, you know, Get Together has, where did you go? Growing Together. God, I always say the wrong one. Growing Together's white has less of a visible texture, which could be good for this. Yeah, maybe that is better. I think I want this part to be like a stone, really subtly painted stone. And we want the chimney to be brick too. I'm trying to decide if I even like the chimney, because part of me thinks that the chimney is like a lot. And maybe it's better if the lighthouse is like the only tall thing. Yeah, that's kind of what we were trying to say, Brazilian, is that there's 2 lighthouses close together because one of them is like out of operation now. So that we were trying to tell a story about that, being like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. Like one of them, this one is the old one, and then they built a new one. That's why this one's a park now, because they don't need it as a lighthouse anymore. Short chimney. Well, it can't be, not if we build it with walls. It can't be short if we build it with walls. We could put like one of these kind of things, but if we do it with walls, it can't be short, because this second floor up here is tall wall height. So just would be tall. We could put something like that though in there possibly. Okay. Could use half walls. I mean, yeah, you could build it with like a half wall like this if you wanted to. That's not in the center though. Oops. Probably want it to be tall like that. But even then, if I saved recently? I think I did, but we can save again. We can save again. You like the fake chimney? Okay, which one? This one or the wall built one? I don't know. I think I prefer how this one looks, so I might stick to this one myself. Okay, I want to get... I really like this stilt foundation. I'm sorry if you don't. But I like this stilt foundation on most of it, and then I want this part to be solid. At least that's kind of what I had been envisioning. Okay, don't know if I like it solid. I mean, it could just be... There's gonna be plants in front of it too. We had stone initially. I was using this initially. Snappy, you're like really on the keyboard. Is it okay if you sit in your bed instead? I feel like a monster. Matching the brick foundation to the lighthouse. Well, there's no brick that matches this brick. This brick is from City Living, and I don't really want to use this brick on there, so. I wish we had more foundations. That's like the real answer to our problems, is just if we had more foundations, this wouldn't be a problem. But unfortunately, let's not worry about what it looks like right now. I think this is one of those things also that maybe once we have some landscaping, it'll be easier to decide. I know it seems like I'm just like putting stuff off when I say stuff like that, but a lot of times when I'm feeling really indecisive about my Sims build, like it genuinely helps me to be like, okay, here's an option. Let's just leave it there and like let it sit. Because sometimes I come back to it and I'm like, well, I don't like it anymore, or maybe I change my mind and I do like it now. So sometimes it just helps me to like let it soak in and then revisit afterward. I don't really like that wood color either, but I'm not sure what kind of wood. I don't really want to use a dark wood. Let's see if we can get some of the landscaping. So we know that we're gonna have, maybe I could start putting a couple of the necessities inside of the bathrooms too. We know we're gonna have toilets and sinks in here. The bench is not even close to being a problem because we'll have like those things outside. Chess table, that's the kind of thing we could have at least one of them. You only need to have one anyway. But there could be a chess table like up high on the balcony easily. I thought we could put a couple patio tables like with umbrellas out and about. And then playground equipment, there's a lot of options for playground equipment. I do kind of like the idea of the pirate ship, given that it is a lighthouse. I just don't like the swatches of the pirate ship, even with the new ones. So, I don't know. We could do a swing set. That's always nice, and it's simple and small. But anyway, we're not stuck with these selections. I just want to make sure we have the required objects down so we can start thinking about the rest of it. A woohoo blanket? A woohoo blanket. We could put a picnic blanket. Let's call it picnic instead. Sounds less bad. Okay, wedding stories, wedding stories. Am I not in live edit? I must not have been. Do we really want to encourage pirates to come here? You know what, Christine? You make a great point. Is it safe for us to be doing that? Do love that. These are the ones that match Tartosa. So do these, but unfortunately, I don't like that one. Swing set is dangerous. Swing too hard and end up in the ocean. Oh my. Maybe that's what makes it fun. We're like living dangerously with it. Oh, that's no big deal, 20%. The mods can just like reject the point redemption. Or you could whisper the mods and tell us the right name. Whatever is easier. Oh, never mind. They already got it. So you're fine. They found it even without the correct information. As long as your name, like, so what just happened is someone redeemed the Discord role and had a typo. If your name is unique enough, like, it's probably easy enough to find you anyway. And also we could just ask you if we need to confirm. But if your name was like, just if you're, because people have their Discord name is just like Sarah. And then it's like, well, you know, like, okay, which one? Because there's probably like 30 people named Sarah in the Discord server. So then it's like, then we really need to confirm. But if you have a username that's like more obvious and less vague, then it's not too bad to find without, even with typos, I guess I'm trying to say. I am looking for a plant. Oh my god, I must have scrolled past it like a dozen times. This, okay. Embarrassing. There are 351 people in the server with Sarah as part of their name. Oh my god, that is significantly more than I mean, I said 30, didn't I? So that is obviously significantly more than I expected. Well, point proven. See, if you just tell us Sarah, we're gonna need a little bit more to go off of than just that sometimes if you're trying to get the Discord role, which most people do. It's just if there's a typo or something. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm gonna keep this going this way too. Whoops. Okay. I left this part with none of that, but we could possibly get our own little, like maybe slightly off the edge of the lot. We could have kind of like that sort of thing. I only want that. Yeah, there could be a couple tables over here. That could be nice. Or the landscaping bugs from Enchanted by Nature fixed. I'm not sure I know what you mean. There are no bugs with landscaping from Enchanted by Nature. Everything that I find annoying about it is unfortunately by design. They did it like that on purpose. So, that's not really a good thing for me. But yeah, it's not like they're not gonna fix it because they did it like that intentionally. And like the tagging, I don't even think that this I don't think is a bug. They made this as a roof decor, not as landscape. Like that was also by design. Like I think they did it on purpose. All the things that I didn't like, they did intentionally. So disappointing, but will probably never change. Yeah, I think it was a choice. At first I thought it was an accident, but now, having seen how it all works, I think that it was on purpose. Is it a weird choice? But I think it was an intentional choice. Yeah, I agree about the terrain paint, but we're not gonna do terrain paint right now. Don't worry, I will add loads of nice terrain paint, but I've been scarred by this game, so I don't do terrain paint until the end because it has a tendency to delete itself, and I just can't, I can't go down that road right now. So I'm not gonna do the terrain paint until like actual last thing. That's like final step before I put it on the gallery is the terrain paint, because I'm sick and tired of it deleting when I reload the lot. You understand. You see where I'm coming from, right? How does that look? Does it block it too much? No, it's okay. The wedding view is getting destroyed by the tree. It's not destroyed, it's just added to. Look, that's not destroyed at all. Okay. Oops. Sure. Let me shrink this too, so it doesn't block it too much. Lighthouse and a tree, I know. They're living the dream for that wedding. I'm gonna get some get-together bushes. I think some of these will be nice. Okay, cool, you're clipping. I like the height of that. Maybe I'll put it like this. Okay, sure. Oh yeah, I'm always gonna be annoyed by the debug landscaping not being in the regular catalog. I want this landscaping in the regular catalog so bad. It would like seriously change the game for me. I would have a completely different experience playing The Sims 4 if it was easy to access this stuff. And you think about how many people don't even know that they can access this stuff. Okay, I might get rid of the foundation just so I can scoot this stuff closer. And we'll put the, well, I'm just gonna leave this in the front yard. You like that it's free though? I agree, I like that it's free too, but it's not so much, like, I think that when people say that, I think that people assume that we mean that there wouldn't be like a regular version. But the thing about this is, right, if they were to put the debug landscaping into the regular build mode, they would still have a debug version that they're using in the environment. Like that's how it works with the other stuff they have. Like there's, you know how with Island Living, there's like debug versions of the Island Living plants because they use those in the environment, and there's the regular like Island Living plants. It'd be the same thing. They would just give us like this bush in regular build mode too. So it's not like it would go away. There's a precedent for this. Like there would still be a debug version. It's like a dupe, you know? There's debug versions of the base game landscaping too. So you can pay for it or use the debug one. Going to get together. There. Well, yeah, they are lower quality. I understand that, but I don't really feel like that's a justification. Like, oh, the plants are lower quality, so we can't have them. Well, just make them slightly better quality and put them in build mode. You're making the plants already. Sincerely, how much extra effort? It's not. They're making them like low poly count and stuff for the environment on purpose, so it's like less taxing on your computer. But like, make a version that isn't. You're already making it. Just feels like a waste. It's not a very effective use of your team's time either, because you could be giving us all these nice items and then everyone's happier, but instead you're like half doing it. Yeah, and you can't duplicate the debug landscaping. That's so annoying too. Okay, let's put this back. 1, 2, 3. Did I have it at 4? I think I did have it at 4. Oh, that's actually taller than I had it. Well, taller is fine. You're too close, though. Okay. Yeah, don't even get me started on Enchanted by Nature. Why did they not give us any plans? Enchanted by Nature is one of the biggest disappointments of The Sims 4 to me. Like, I had all these visions of things that I thought it was gonna be like, and it was actually none of those things. Okay. It doesn't really blend in with the environment too much, but I could probably get some more of the debug from Wedding Stories. You still haven't bought it and you buy everything for this game? Honestly, Christine, I'm like, I think that speaks volumes. Because it's true, Christine buys everything for this game. Christine is like in deep in The Sims. And is making a conscious choice not to pay for the pack. Ugh. I hope you're hungry for nothing. Oh my god. Look, there are parts of it that I like. It's just not their best pack. And my hopes were high. I'm way too far down. I do like the fairies for like rags to riches stuff. I've been having fun using the fairies to, that's the same plant that I have out there, right? I've been really enjoying using the fairies to like magically grow me plants and stuff. And there are some things that I really have fun with, like the, I don't know, when they can like spawn a seed in their inventory. Oh, great fun. Great fun. Love that. The manifest seed interaction or whatever. I also like the foraging in that pack, and I like sleeping on the ground. That's fun too. That's just up my alley though. No one's surprised that I like that. Have you bought Enchanted by Nature? Oh, there's a poll. Let's find out. "100% completely accurate data set incoming." Okay. Oops, you won't fit there. Well, you can go there though. And I guess they have some of those like purpley flowers, but I don't really want those. I guess I kind of want some reddish colored flowers, right? I wonder if we did like this kind of thing, some reddish flowers like there. Oh, you know what else it could be is like those poppies from the Life and Death debug. Give me a second. I always have a hard time finding these. Those, oh, they're right there. Never mind. I didn't have a hard time finding them that time. These are cute. I think these match actually pretty well. What do you think? I kind of enjoy how it's a little subtle. Wish that we could match this purpley stuff, but it won't. So let's not worry about it. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of those then. Sure. You love Life and Death? Yeah, I think Life and Death is a fun pack. Honestly, Businesses and Hobbies is one of my favorite Sims packs now that it's been out a little bit longer, because it's kind of hard to, I don't know how you feel about this, but I find it a little bit difficult to make a call on like, this is my favorite Sims pack right when it comes out, because there's definitely some recency bias. Like, you kind of need to like let it simmer, haha, get it, for a little bit to see how it plays long term with other stuff. And now that Businesses and Hobbies has been out for longer, I knew I was gonna like it, but honestly, Businesses and Hobbies is way up there for me. Like, I really, really like it. I love the build and buy. I love like the gameplay of it all. It's one of my favorite packs. Okay. Yeah, put you over there. Maybe I will not have these continue this way. And we can kind of stop them a little bit sooner. Leave it a bit more open under there. Yeah, we'll put some terrain paint, which will help. How do we feel? I think I need another one of those bushes. The world is big, but it actually has things to do. Yeah! They did a good job with it. Okay. No, we haven't started the interior yet. Interior is empty. Will be for a little bit longer too, unfortunately, while we try and figure out everything else. Okay, let me see if I can make this all black for a little swing set. How far off lot can I put the swing set? Like that far? Maybe I should just put it off to the side, because that way it kind of gives like playground a little bit more. I don't know. I think it looked better at an angle, really. I'm not sure what I like about it. That light right there. One of the flowers next to the bridge is blue. Is that on purpose? Oh, this? I think that probably is on purpose. Let's look around and see. Yeah, see, because they have like a mixture of colorful flowers out in the environment. I think that what they probably shouldn't have done is made this part purple. Because if this was a different color, it would be like, oh, lots of colors. But instead it looks like that one's a mistake. Okay. Let's figure out a different light to put. Sand sequoia is growing together. Sand sequoia has so much potential, but it just ends up feeling really empty in there. It's like so big and there's nothing going on, so it just feels like a bunch of spread out lots with like fake lots in between, which is kind of sad, because it could have been, I think, really cool. And then in the end it just kind of looks empty, or feels empty, which is worse. Yeah, if they had put the lots closer together, I think it would have solved the problem, honestly. But they're so far apart that there needs to be some kind of like happy medium between big world spread out and like big world that, because you just don't want it to feel empty, I guess is what I'm trying to say. How do you think this looks? Because I think that's kind of cute. They're just on the grass. Do you think that's okay? Do we need 2 tables outside? Well, I want it to be a park, so... yeah. I would like to have tables outside. Trying to embrace the whole park thing here. I wonder if we could get a set of monkey bars. Nah, probably not. I'm gonna get a picnic blanket though. Oops. Love struck. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, I must have scrolled past it a dozen times. There you go. You think Windenburg is too big? Oh, I think Windenburg is perfect. Windenburg is like one of my most favorite worlds in the entire game. I think that Windenburg is a good example of a big world, but the lots aren't too far apart. So the world is big, but the lots also feel like a neighborhood still. You think Windenburg is ugly? Isn't that so funny? Because to me, Windenburg is like the gold standard. That's like my dream location. I love that sort of style. Like Windenburg to me is perfect. Genuinely. But obviously everybody has like such different opinions about like what architecture they like and stuff like that. But I love Windenburg. I would live in Windenburg. Okay, a couple benches. Oh, imagine sitting on this bench. Isn't that nice? Oh no, the builds in Windenburg aren't amazing. If they had hired a simmer to do the builds in Windenburg, we'd be having a whole different discussion. I'm trying to decide, with this being kind of floaty, and now I'm wondering if I should have put like a custom patio or something down. And like if maybe there were some sort of and there could be like path around it somehow. Picnic blanket could go further back somehow. It wouldn't be this stone, obviously, but I don't know. I want it to feel a little bit more natural. I just have a hard time when the lots don't touch the edge. I sit here like, what am I supposed to do with all this? Should we call it Lighthouse Point Park? Oops. Oh, you know what we could maybe do? Let me move that around. I'm wondering about, we should put a kitchen. Oh. Deleted my staircase. Now I'm like just jumping around going back inside. But we could put a kitchen because then you could have them cater your wedding. If you wanted to. Could have like counters around there somehow. It's kind of tight, but it would work. We could just do a couple tables downstairs and have it be nice and open. Okay. And then we can have the library stuff upstairs. Perfect. Okay, now we have to try and decide, like, should there have been a fountain? Like, I looked up the word point by accident. Should there have been a fountain? Like, these are all important questions we have to ask ourselves. Because it could be done. Maybe not with that, but I also don't like this wood. I know I said I was gonna sit with it, but I've sat with it. I don't think I like it. Maybe this is more my preference. I like that it has a little bit more texture to it. Okay. Yeah, I'm just struggling about what to... Because the terrain paint I, like, genuinely, this could make me scream. The fact that it, like, there's a bridge and then it just goes into grass. So I'm just really struggling to figure out how I want to solve that problem. Stone grass patch. You mean like the terrain paint one? This I hate. This I usually use. You know what we could do is the for rent one. If we wanted to do like a floor. Because for rent has like... It looks like a stepping stone. The grass is like a slightly different color grass. But we could put a couple of them. I think I'm okay with that. Can we rotate it this way? Okay. You wouldn't notice it being a different color? Okay, that's good. That's good. If you can't tell, then it's perfect. Well, Foxy, it's just not gonna. That is like the least of our concerns. That we just physically cannot do anything about that with this lot. Like, we can't make it line up. We just can't do stuff like that with how this looks. What bothers me is that I can't use the path to fill it in. Pathing by the tables. Well, I don't really want to have it go all the way out there. And this obviously, like, way out here is stuck. Something that I was considering for a little bit is that maybe we could try to have, I'll have to move this probably. But I thought about trying to have like a wall, little stone wall. We can even use the debug stuff from Enchanted by Nature. But I thought about maybe trying to put in something like this. And then scooting it all the way to the end of the lot. Because then you could line up the floor like underneath it, you know? And then we could have a little patio to put the tables on, but I'm not sure if I like it. The other option for the flooring, I might have to get a sim to come test this. But the other option for the flooring is if we were to use like, you know, one of these sort of things. But I would just put it like slightly in the corner so that we could have a path. Or like some kind of patio to put furnishings on. Maybe if I move you out the way so I can see it better. I don't like the Riviera Retreat stones for this. I know people in chat were recommending it, but those are a little bit, they're like not uniform enough for what I'm picturing. They're great for a lot of things, but they're just different from what I had in mind for this build. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so you would go like something like that. And then maybe just put the wall partially. But then if you do that, it doesn't, because right now it kind of feels like the whole of the island is the park, and that's maybe more what I want from this. I'm sorry I'm being so annoying about it. I just don't really know what I want it to be like. Maybe I don't like that. I think it looks better with it being more flowy. Because again, we want to pretend that the whole place is the park. Yeah, I do like the idea of the partial wall kind of looking like it's crumbling. But I also like the idea of the whole place being park, so. Maybe I want some more rocks. Maybe some bigger rocks will help. Because we can kind of fill some of them in, like in some of these places. Oh, you passed your citizenship interview! That is so exciting! Huge day. That is so, so, so cool. Dan filed, I've talked about it a little bit, but we filed and applied for Dan's citizenship earlier this year, but it's gonna, as you know, gonna be a bit until we get an interview scheduled. But that is really, really amazing. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. Did they do your swearing in today, or do you have to, like, are they gonna schedule it and have you come back and like do it afterward? Do you have any idea when they might do that? Any guesstimates on that? Schedule you in 30 days. Nice, nice. Something to look forward to. Are you gonna do anything big to celebrate on that day? I feel like you need to. Okay, let's get maybe some kind of big stone. Small gazebo, maybe. Oh. Do you think that another structure would take away... I wouldn't put it right here. I'm just kind of place it. Maybe I'll put this with fences. Do you think that another structure would take away from the lighthouse? Maybe I should have built it with a wall. Just drive around and relax. It's been intense. Well, that is quite the way to celebrate. Yeah, I know. With everything going on, yeah. The immigration process is a nightmare on a good day, so I am very excited for you. I mean, this could be over here. I don't really want to put I almost said a lid on it. What I meant was roof. I don't want to put a lid on the gazebo. I don't know if I think that I'd prefer to have the only structure be the house part. I think I want to keep it a little bit more simple. Okay. I'm being ridiculous right now. And so indecisive. Maybe we should stop with the outside and then start working on the inside for a bit and then like revisit after. Because if we do something that we're feeling confident about, like this, like we could work on this part. And if we worked on this, I think we would feel really good about some of the progress we've made, and then we can come back, like clear your mind with a little interior palette cleanser or something. That seems like a good idea to me. Yeah, let it settle and then look at it on the outside again. I think I'm gonna put the Wedding Stories chairs. I think I'll just have them be in white too. Oh. Well, that complicates things because the doors are right there. Maybe they could be on an angle. I could probably scoot that over too. It can't be right in the middle. I actually, honestly, I kind of like how that looks. It's kind of pretty. You like it? Yeah, I think I like it like this too. Should we put some of the wedding stories decor too? Maybe not that. Tartosa is from Wedding Stories, unfortunately. Sorry. So sorry. Oh, hi. I didn't know you were... Oh, I accused you of leaving. Maybe that was a while ago. She was in the tree. The weird tree. Sorry that I made an accusation like that, Snap. That's true. It's nice that every seat has a good view like this. That's a good point, Christine. We can put like a nice like a Wedding Stories rug or something. Makes it feel like an aisle. We can't really do an actual aisle though. But that's okay. I wonder if there should be fabric. Like some kind of curtains on the windows. Makes it feel even, I don't know, it makes it cozy, I guess. Oh, those were hung up higher. Okay, I don't know if I like this. I do like that it sort of feels old. The aisle doesn't work anyway. True. You make an excellent point. I think that looks nice. Put a pretty light right there. And then maybe I'll get some wall lights on either side too. Maybe not that one. That looks like it's there to light up the flowers, but the curtains take away the view though. No, they really actually don't, because the curtains are so skinny. I mean, they don't even block the window in this part, you know? So slight. Need some color, maybe red roses. I was gonna do no color on purpose, Mona, inside of this room. Keep it very white for the wedding on purpose. I like the texture better on that. But I kind of wanted the wedding to be very, not plain, because that sounds bad, but I wanted this room for the wedding stuff to be relatively simple, because that way, no matter what sim you had getting married here, you could like change, you know, you could change the swatch of one of the things, and it like looks good how it is, but you could also improve it because it's neutral. You can't really go wrong with white at a wedding. It's like just a blank slate. And then if you're wearing a red wedding dress, it's not going to clash with the color of the flower, you know? It all goes and matches. Okay, I'm gonna work on the bathrooms real quick. Let's see. Oops. Okay, bathroom singular, because I deleted one by accident. What do I picture in these 8 seats? I don't know, your Sims? Guys, I think that maybe we're overthinking this a little bit. I think now might be a good time to remember that they don't even sit at the wedding chairs anyway. So, it won't really even make a difference. Should we do red tile in the bathrooms? This is like an elopement kind of situation. I'm not making a wedding venue, I'm making a park. I have built parks before that have no seats in front of the wedding, so this is nice. It's luxurious. God, red accent. makes sense. They'll stand on the aisle and ignore the marriage ceremony. They're just gonna stand outside, probably. If we're being honest with ourselves, they probably won't even come in at all. That's nice. Okay. Someone will manage to block the outside view. You know where they're gonna stand? They're gonna stand right here, probably. Maybe I should move these over then, if we don't want to have them by the wedding part. No red chairs in front of your thing. But they'll probably stand right here and just stare. They'll get stuck like T-posing, just frozen outside, and you're trying to have a wedding right here and there's just like a Sim's head. Yeah. Let's be honest. That's exactly what's gonna happen when you plan your wedding here. A Sim dies of old age. Like one of the townies just dead right here. The Grim Reaper spawns, you're still getting married. Your Sim's best man drowned at the park pool. Like during the wedding? The best man? That'll do it. That's one way to ruin your ceremony. And the guest is wearing a wedding dress. Could you imagine? The Sim dying, they wore their own formal outfit, and it's actually kind of your fault because you had put them in a wedding dress previously for their wedding and then like never changed them out of it. And then they come to the next wedding and they're still in the wedding dress. I don't know if I like the red on this, but maybe we can try and make it work. Don't like those. Your Sim's ex-husband died at her new wedding. You said he had to make it about himself. That is so typical. Christine goes, that's so toxic. I love it. Oh no. I guess I could put a changing table in here. It is a park, so. I might not do it in every one of the bathrooms, because I don't really like how it looks, but. I could put it like that. Red walls with blue curtains? Oh, I don't know if I could do that. People are gonna think that it's like, I don't know, the association will be different. You're kind of getting into the evil toxicity of the eggplant gen because you don't usually play that way. I think that's fun. I'm glad. I mean, that's kind of the intention of playing a legacy like that. Like, it's supposed to try and present you with different skills and maybe like different things that you haven't really used as much. I think that's a good thing. Okay, I was gonna look at the greenhouse plant because I was thinking about putting this right here. Maybe I'll do a candle in this one. In case somebody stinks up the room. Your eggplant sim is truly evil. Oh, they said you feel bad for your carrot sim. Yeah, I mean, it would be hard to have a parent that is literally evil like that. Like, blocks the door. I don't think it actually blocks the door, Victoria. I mean, we can check. I don't foresee anyone having to actually use that changing table. I never bring babies to public places in The Sims. We can look and see. A candle right behind your hair. Perfect. You can catch on fire. Ooh. Changing table does block the door. There will be no changing table. So sorry, chat. I know people liked the idea of it being there. Seems it will not be. That's okay. You don't really need one. You can change their diaper in other ways. Maybe I will use that. I'll use it with the wood color too. Oh, you know what there is though? Actually, from cats and dogs. This picture? This does make me think that we should have probably put like gold accents instead of the silver accents. But we could do this one in a couple different colors. Different style in each room. But yeah, maybe we should have used a sink that could have gold. I guess that won't work anymore though. This is quite modern. This one's cats and dogs. Oh. This one is base game. Maybe the plain white one is best. Oh, that actually looks good. Okay. Oh, you don't like it? No? Well, I don't really, do you have an alternate idea for the swatches then? You can't please her. I mean, seriously, she criticizes everything I do in my build. Okay, she's gonna come fix it. She's coming up. Oh my gosh. Is that the right color? Yeah, it's the third one. That's fine. Maybe I'll use a different trash can then. She's like, why is there no litter box? Who can even be here in these conditions? What is even the point? Maybe I'll just use like the simple little... Well, maybe, actually the lid one is probably better for the public bathroom anyway. Snap, I don't think you would like it at this lot. Like, aside from the fact that you don't like the lot, and you made that clear, I don't think that you would like it here just anyway. So, if that makes you feel any better. Okay, I want to put some nicer ceiling lights too. Let's see. Okay. 2 bathrooms. Great. Perfect. We've made great progress. I'm gonna go back out of here. I don't want to have the sim here anymore. She'd like it for attention and that's it. You know what? There would be a lot of people here and they would all probably give her attention. She could make demands of them and they would definitely listen. You could like get them all to brush you and that would be good. Does Snap have limited screen time? You know, I actually think it's the opposite. I think that Snap limits my screen time. I think that this cat is the boss in every sense of the word. So she kind of chooses like, can I be at my PC or do I have to go downstairs? Can I be on the couch or do I have to go to bed? Can I hold my Kindle or do I have to hold her? Like it's kind of, you know, we sort of operate around this one's schedule these days because as you just heard, she likes to make her wishes known. So, okay, now that we have the bathrooms, I think that helps us to have kind of more of a vision for the rest of it. Let's do the upstairs, because I want this part to be kind of like a, I don't know, I sort of have this idea of this upstairs part having like a bit of a library thing going on. So, can't put them all the way across. I'm good with covering the windows. I don't know about you, but I am like super good and fine with covering them up. At least the ones on the side, like, I feel like it doesn't actually matter too much. No, Snap doesn't bite at all, Sophia. None of my cats bite. Snap will never bite. She might, like, open her mouth at you if, like, someone is, I don't know, if she's been, like, overstimulated and pet too much in the wrong way. She might be, like, I don't know. She's had, like, moments where she'll, like, put her mouth sort of on your hand, but she doesn't close down. You know, like, she bites headphones, that's true. But she won't bite a person. Like, she's never really... But she'll tell you to stop. She'll threaten you. Like, if you don't stop, I'll bite you. But she doesn't actually follow through with that. Also because, you know, you usually listen. A little warning bite, you know? Let's see about red. Just in general. Maybe some of these will be nicer. Oh, this kind of has the right sort of vibes, actually. Your cat gives bites all the time. Really? My parents' cat, Lemon, he doesn't bite so much necessarily, but Lemon is he's just a little bit more vicious than the other cats I know. Like, if he wants to be fed, for example, because my parents, they have like a counter that's next to the fridge. It's kind of small. And like they feed the cats on that counter because they can get up and the dogs can't get up there. So it's like the food is safe on the counter. Always have, like my whole life, fed the cats on this like little tiny counter. It's not that small, but you know, you can picture like a small short counter next to the fridge. Anyway, if you walk past the fridge and he's trying to ask to be fed, and if you don't feed him, he will swat you and his claws will be out. Like he means business. Like he'll start swinging. He's a little bit more feisty, I guess is a good way of putting it. Yeah. So you have to be careful with him. No, none of the other cats do that, but Lemon is like, I'm gonna be fed. He doesn't mess around with that. It's all very dramatic. Okay, is this giving like old-timey? Lemon is a bit zesty. That's so silly. Lemon is a bit zesty. I like that. Is Lemon orange? Yeah. Yeah. And then the whole chat says, oh. He's actually, he's kind of like blonde. The color is actually called buff, but he's orange but lighter. If you can picture that at all. It kind of is like blonde vibes though. But he's an orange cat. Okay, I'm trying to decide if I like these or not. I think that we could make it work if we like mix in some extra stuff that is red, like kind of like this. That's probably too tight, right? Maybe I could put this one over here. What do you think about that? Bring in the red and the blue together. Oh, here we go. You have a buff cat named George. Oh, really? I like the name George for a cat. That's cute. Okay. I would not normally use this color combo, so I'm kind of curious about it. Oh. Cool, we're scratching the couch. Short-lived. Well, you know what we can use? This. I'll flip it backwards because I kind of prefer the look of that. Perfect. Maybe I'll put 2 archways so it's easy to get out. I'll come back to that. Maybe you could be brown. That works for me. Scoot that forward a little bit more. Okay. Okay. So that's like a small little sitting area over here. And get a couple nice things like that above it. I'm kind of wondering about, like, I don't know, additional things that we could be putting up here, which kind of has me thinking about, like, do we want to have indoor chess tables or only outdoor chess tables? Do we want to have a games table? Do we want to put a computer to have your Sims have access to a computer? Like, I don't really know. This part is kind of supposed to be library vibes. I think a card table would be kind of fun though. So we could do that. Oh, we could put a dartboard. We put that right in the center. No, let's put it right here. So if anybody wants to come upstairs, they have to run the risk of getting hit in the face with darts. No, I'll put it like over here instead. I do like how that one looks. Right between 2 windows, you know? Let's throw a projectile at the glass. That makes sense, right? Sure. Well, something that I would kind of like to have is like 2 desks. I don't know about these as the options, but I kind of like the idea of there being 2 desks so we can have 2 computers. I just don't really know which ones. Oh, sorry for yawning. Oh my gosh. Now you're all probably gonna yawn too. It's gonna be my fault. Yeah. Color's not very good. That one's good as like a solo, not really when it's put up against another one. These ones are just so plain. But it might be okay. Do they have like old computers in the library for you? We could also do it as a dining table instead. And then we could have like just the one. And put a computer on either side of it. And that might be okay. Because we could put just like this one. And then imagine if the computers were like put like that. Maybe I swap them like this. Because it's small. Don't like those. Red. Oh, we could just do like plain red, like that. I don't know, what do you think of this? Oh, sorry. They weren't facing it. It could be like that. It might be better to have them be, I don't know. I was gonna say it might be better to have it be laptops, but maybe this sim could have a book. Open book. Is there a lamp that goes in the middle of them? I don't like it. Oh, the Stardew Valley soundtrack ended. Scary. Yeah, but I like the idea of like implying the Lighthouse has been using the same computers for like many years, you know? Everyday clutter. Oh, we need this. Absolutely just a necessity, that fishing thing. What I was looking for was actually these though. I kind of want to pretend that my Sims were sat writing. Wish I could get that scooted over slightly, but I'm scared of alt placing it. I guess I could just go straight in the middle. Is that kind of fun, or is it? I think maybe it's like too cluttered in a bad way. I don't know if I like it. Oh, maybe I should have used these red chairs over here and we do like a more desk chair sort of thing on that part. Feels like historical Connecticut, does it? That's good. I'm glad that you feel that way about it, because I feel like that's kind of the exact vibes that we're trying to achieve. So I'm glad that you think that. Let's look at cats and dogs again, because there's going to be a lot of things from cats and dogs, I think, that are going to be good for this. Cats and dogs was like born for this. Specifically in terms of decor. Oh man. This could have been cool. Should I put this like... Maybe that should have been in the front somehow. I'm gonna leave that. We'll come back to it. Oh, we could use that downstairs. Like an island model when you first come in. That could be what this room is for. This is the kind of thing I was talking about, like that we would want to put on the walls. Probably gonna use that even more than once. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, there's a model lighthouse. I've got it right here. We are using it. Maybe it's better to have this thing over here and this lamp on this then. That could work. Then we can keep the tiny lighthouse over here. Model lighthouse vibes. At least I think that's what you're talking about when you said model lighthouse. It's like, it's a lamp. Technically, but... Okay. We gotta figure out new desk chairs. Oh, you know what? Just the wooden ones. Little wooden rolly desk chairs. That might actually be okay. I don't think I like the decor on there. What if we did it with 4 seats and we had laptops instead? What do you think? Are there any lights at the top of our lighthouse? We haven't done the outside yet, really, Deadly, so we don't have anything out there yet, but we will. You know, maybe it would have been better if we just had the one desk with one computer. I think what I don't like is them being back to back. It's kind of throwing it off for me. So maybe I would like it better if it was just one. Because I really want to have a desktop, but I don't really want it to be, I don't know, I don't like looking at the back of it. So, I don't want to take out the dartboard either, because I think the dartboard really contributes to the park vibes of the whole place. I think that it needs the dartboard. What can we put over here? Maybe we get some kind of like blue chair in the corner of this. I don't dislike that one. And it helps to bring the blue around over here. Maybe I take this same side table. Do you think if I have the side table kind of clipping into the wall, you won't be able to tell if we have something on it that like blocks it? The blue danger chair. Yeah, right where you can get hit. Exactly. I'm glad you can picture it. Another great thing to go right next to the dartboard. See, one of these might be okay. These are the houseplants from the new pack. Honestly, I feel like you can't even tell that it's clipping so much when you do that. I don't want a diagonal wall because I don't like how it looks next to the bookshelf. Do you see? I want the bookshelves to look built in. When did I last save? I don't actually know. So we'll do that now. You make a good point. Okay. So that works. Let's put a tea set on the table. I do like this one. I don't use this one as much. I feel like I might want it to be a little bit more plain in color. Maybe that one's okay. I don't know. Where's the fireplace? Oh, I don't think we're gonna be able to fit a fireplace inside of this part at least. Probably not up here. Let me get a clock. Yeah, you should, I would play the Very Veggie Legacy on normal. There's not a specific rule on purpose because we kind of want to leave it up to you to decide what you would like to do with it, but personally, I would play it on normal. That would be my official recommendation, and I have been playing it on normal. I think it's a little bit hard, specifically Gen 1 is a little bit hard on short lifespan. You could probably do later ones on short though, if you wanted to. But it's like meant to be available for you to change to whatever you think is more fun. Yeah, I want to do that. I think that's nice. You thought eggplant was harder than broccoli? Yeah, I would say that it probably is. It's just hard to manage all the things. Like when you have nothing, like in a rags to riches style legacy like that, it's pretty hard to manage trying to make money and like be having kids and doing all that stuff in the first gen, so. I want another rug that has a little bit more blue to it. Oh, this one. Yay. Very classic. 6 kids didn't help. You know what? Maybe I'm projecting because I had 6 children. Maybe you're right. Let's get some of the Lighthouse artwork. Can this be sized up? Oh my god. Another one of those times where it's like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. You easily finish broccoli on short lifespan. Well, that's good. I'm glad. That's the point. I want you to be able to play how you want, so. Okay. Some people would really struggle with that, and they don't like to play on short lifespan, so I wouldn't force them to do that, you know? You know, that's okay, Christine. We don't need to do that. I'm good. Fun idea. Maybe, Christine, maybe you could do that one. Now, why aren't you reading my brilliant idea out loud? No, you can do it. No, if you missed it, Christine said I should do a 10 generation generic legacy where each gen has to have 6 kids. I said, no, that's okay. You could do that one. I'm already playing a Nightmare Legacy challenge. That honestly doesn't sound fun to me. Like, it's not so much about, like, it being hard. And obviously it is harder to deal with that many Sims. Like, it is. Like, by default, it just is. But beyond that, I think I don't really like playing with that many Sims in my household because it feels like I can't really... I don't know, there's just that, with that many kids, you can't really play with all of them and, like, make storylines for them as easily... Especially if I'm streaming and I'm trying to stream and do all this. It's just like some of the kids get lost and like you end up having a favorite and that one's the main one, you know? So when you have 6, it just feels really hard for me to really manage to actually play with all 6 of them. To the point where, I don't know, I just don't really like doing that. Like, I feel like I can't really play out their lives properly. So they kind of become like flat characters when you have all that. So it's my preference to have less. 2, 3. Even when you get to have like 4 kids, that is kind of pushing it sometimes, I think. I think I can manage 3 pretty successfully, especially if they are not the same age. If they're twins, I will admit that I kind of struggle with the twins too, because I end up having one that I prefer. Or at least one that like ends up, even like in my YouTube legacy, I have one of them is going to be the heir, and so that one like just is more important and is therefore getting more attention. And I'm not trying to be like forgetful or like not care about the other one. It's just that, you know, one of them I need to try and get bonus traits with. So I can't do it all. I can't do it all. One of them is the spare, yeah. I know, poor Slay in my Nightmare Legacy, but I just can't do it. I don't know how some people do that. I physically can't manage all of that with that many Sims. Like, it's just, I'm not cut out for that. Lighthouse painting swatch. Well, that's the other painting size. The one that you're thinking of is this painting. And there's a lovely lighthouse swatch on this, but I'm thinking that we'll try and put that, like, you know, somewhere special, like in here. Versus here where it would have to be sized down, probably. Guys, let's not dwell on this Slay in my Nightmare Legacy thing. He only became a teen in the last episode. So him having less attention as a child does not mean that I'm not gonna have him set up his life when he's a teenager, okay? It's okay. I understand that, but I would love to see you try and play with that many Sims when you're also trying to make videos on it. Like, it's just, I'm not good at that on short lifespan. There's too much going on. I got too many Sims in my household. I can't take it. I can't take it. Oh, too small. That's just, I think that's kind of just the way that legacies end up going a lot of times, though. It's like sort of the nature of a legacy challenge, because you do have to prioritize somebody, you know? What do you think about that? Does it look weird or is it cool? You just want to see me suffer? No, that's what's happening. Yeah, I know. I wonder if we should... Maybe not for elsewhere, but... Ooh. You know what? I know that's like it's way less red, but that's kind of an interesting, I don't know if I've ever used that color combo before. What do you think about that with the red tile? I don't think I've ever done that. I kind of like how it's not all red. It makes the bathrooms look a lot more interesting. Okay. That's good. Okay, I'm glad that we tried. I kind of forgot about that wallpaper. That's cats and dogs, that wallpaper. It's fun when you kind of like discover something. Especially when it's from an old pack like that. That's been around for ages. I don't really ever use it. Okay, so in here, this is gonna become like a little kitchen because I want to be able to have a catering kitchen that you can then like hire somebody to bake you a cake for your wedding or whatever. Oh, really, materials? That's so cool. That's a fun little coincidence. Okay. Nope. Nope. Guess it was this one. Lots of wood. Or panic bake yourself because you forgot to hire someone. Yeah. That's actually more like it. This is good though, because you can bake like dinner in here if you need to. Use that sometimes. We could put a banquet table. Oh, you know what could be kind of fun is if we put we could put the banquet table like right here. This is the reward event one, but I like that it's long and skinny. I have to scoot that over. Might be okay though. Yeah, because then we could put a couple tables inside of this room and then you can sit in here and... Well, maybe I just won't have this... We could stick to it with just the one. Might look better. Okay. Yeah, this is so tight. What else would go in here then? Well... Maybe this is one of those times where it's like, just because you can doesn't mean you need to. And we could just like be a little bit more simple about it all and not put something. Okay. Let's think about a tile. Then you put the coats. Oh, we could have put a coat rack. We could get the little one. This one has a red swatch to it if we wanted to use this. It's like way off to the side though. We have just one of the lights and we put that right here. Feels kind of busy on that part. Yeah, we can just center the table instead. That's fine, we could put an umbrella. Might rain, we might need it. We don't need to have a coat rack. I think it's too busy in the corner, so. That looks nice. It's nice when it's centered. Okay, put that like that. Let me steal the same curtains again that we had from before. Would we want to use the same wallpaper in here? I'm like kind of thinking no. If we look at the... We could put light switches. And things that we don't need to be doing and yet suddenly are. I guess I can have one there, maybe one over here too. Yeah, it could work in Tartosa and Brindleton Bay, that's true. It's a 20 by 20 lot. Is, I think that the Lighthouse lot where the museum is it 30 by 30 in Brindleton Bay? I think it is. This one's only 20 by 20, but you could still use it. Okay, I'm looking for the decals. So Lovestruck has one. I think that the answer to this is gonna be no, but I just wanna look and see. Lovestruck has this one, which does come in red, but I just think that maybe it's, a little bit much. This would be so cute to do, like, I love the blue tiles, but I don't know about in this build, right? Then there's a new one in Enchanted by Nature too, which again is not really red in the way that we're looking for. Although this isn't so bad. It's just like maybe kind of random to have like the moths in there, but it's an idea. And then the other one is the one from the kitchen kit, which is kitchen clutter. This one comes in like basically pink, and you can do white too. But if we're gonna do that, I feel like if we're gonna use this, it's like you might as well just use white tile. Then there is like other tile that could work, like some of these kind of things. But this isn't really, if we're using this floor tile, do you see what I mean? How like these aren't really the same vibe as the floors. Maybe I should have put a shelf in here. Sometimes I do that instead. Like that kind of thing. I do think it looks cute. I feel like that's nice. It also, you know what, the moth thing is very similar to the color scheme of this room. Like that's like the exact color scheme of this wallpaper. Almost impressively so. I'm gonna put a coffee maker, I think. Let's just do like a plain white wallpaper for now. You feel like a lighthouse would be an absolute dream for a moth. Big light. The moths love this place. Maybe that's why we should put the moth. That's another reason to use the moth wallpaper. Thank you. I didn't even consider that this would be a nice home for the moths. But you're so right about that. Moth mention. Deep cut. That's really funny. We can, oh, that's a bit tight with the third chair. We can do just the two. Maybe put a little light on it, or a little plant on it, I guess. Butterflies get all the attention. Maybe we use this again. I have that upstairs, but it just looks good, so we can try it in here. Maybe I'll get a little trash can in here too. I think that there's not a lot requirement to have a trash can on the park lot, but you definitely should put one. We can just put it back there. You can't see it. Oh, you can see it from there. I don't want to see it from the wedding venue. That's sad. We can just put it in the back, like where it's easily accessible from the back door. Oh, a moth-themed fairy. Wait, that would be cool. If you do that, C, you'll have to show us because I'm curious what you end up making. That's a fun idea. Okay. Kitchenette. I like that. I am still feeling like maybe this wall is a little bit bland, but I'm not really sure what else to do with it. So, I mean, maybe I could use the giant picture again because that's like a little bit bigger on this wall, which helps. Maybe there could be a little wall plant, like from Love Struck. I do like that thing. Oh, a plaque. That's a good idea too. Like some of the things from Get to Work and Get Together might work for this. Because like you say, it could be like a historical looking plaque. Some of these kind of have good vibes too, but I'm thinking more like This is like a plaque that's telling you about the lighthouse. Before you go outside, it like tells you, because you're gonna like walk into the lighthouse. So there's a plaque right there that like teaches you about it. That kind of makes sense. We could do another one. The lighthouse was built on this day in such and such year, blah, 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 you know? That kind of thing. We could steal part of it. And we could put this against this wall. Anything that could be done to help the situation a little bit more. That's not gonna work. Honestly, I kind of like it being made a little bit smaller. I really feel like it actually looks better when it's a little bit smaller. Like, don't you kind of want it to be tight? There could be a door. Maybe there could be like a storage room behind this door. Oh, I like how that looks from the inside a lot better, but I don't like how it looks from the outside. Can you be black? Oh, it's basically wood. That one is black. Can that one stay white and this one be black? Doesn't it look like a nice little detail right there? Robin Banks just stole your fairy house? She took your fairy house? That's messed up of her. I can't believe she did that. Okay, I'm looking at laundry day. Maybe this wall could have, you know how Restoration Workshop has some like unpainted, unfinished. We can put some crates. And we could also put just like a single wall light there. Whoa, my. So it can be kind of dark in this room. They can have a sign right here that's like employees only. There, lantern. Oh, a closet. Oh. You know, well, unfortunately, I think that's actually better for us to be using. Maybe we could put some nice wallpaper though, like they could have one brick wall and then some of it is painted nice, or maybe we could do like we could try and get some more of the brown. Something like that. Yeah, that's better because it's more functional. Excellent point. We can get a nice big plant, basically as far over as it'll go. Is the lamp stuck in the closet? Oh yeah. Okay. Another plaque telling you what's happening when you're going upstairs. In my mind, all those plaques are different, by the way. And they're like teaching you something new each time you go up. I wouldn't dare put that there, would I? I'm not sure what to put on this wall. There could be like a little cats and dogs, When even this is like too big. That could be okay. The concept of there being a maritime disaster because they were too busy woohooing in the closet. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, cool. That does not work on the rounded wall at all. Look at how it's coming off the wall completely. Cool, 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 cool. We could probably put lights on either side of the door. That helps. I would love to have a wall right there. I just don't really know. You can't really put anything, you know? Mar, I mean, you can do whatever you want. Mar says that they don't like that the wood is on the curved part and it's unrealistic. I don't think it matters that much. I don't really, like, we can do it like this instead. I don't really mind. Like, it's fine. But yeah, we just can't put the wall, like, because that obviously is a problem. So but yeah, it's not hard to curve wood. Like, it can be done and it happens, but you know. Shall we put... No more venue closets. Let's put this mounted captain's wheel inside of this room. Yeah, I want to do something to cover this up. Curved walls are just an absolute nightmare. We could have like a little, maybe like an archway of sorts in there. And then this could be like a little office. Maybe. Okay, miscellaneous decor. I'm looking for something that I could use to fill up this little corner. And it might even end up being these things. Okay, hear me out. Because I'm envisioning that I could just like stack them and layer them together. I just want that to be closed. Like, I don't want it to be open. I don't really mind what that looks like in there. I just want to cover it up. Okay. Skeleton. We put a skeleton in the closet. I mean, it could be done. It could be done. We could also put like some fencing up there. That kind of keeps them in this little area. Maybe a curved archway. Well, remember, there's not a lot of like small options for curved. Like, most of them are kind of big like this. There is this one, but even that's like a little bit bigger. So, I mean, we could use it, but with the tall wall height, this POV is like when you look into a Pringles can for the last crisp. POV, you're in the Pringles can? So silly. When your hand gets stuck in there. POV, your hand is stuck in the Pringles can. Great. POV, you're the last Pringle. Wait. POV, you're the last Pringle. Okay, let's get a plant to put in the corner somewhere. I think maybe this thing on like a little skinny table might be nice. We could do like, I mean, honestly, something as simple as this. Just a nice table in the corner and a plant on it. Sconce above arch instead, like up here. I'm worried about putting a sconce there because I'm scared it's gonna block the ladder. Do you know what I mean? I'm scared of like putting an obstruction. I think that oftentimes the lights are actually okay, but it still feels risky. Love this plant from For Rent, one of my faves. Oops. So I put it twice by accident. I like that it's got some red. That's good. Why not second ladder of the room? Well, the ladders have to be quite specific. I need this ladder to be up here. It could be scooted over, I guess, if we wanted to make it tighter, but we were talking about putting a desk inside of this second room. So if you put a ladder in there, then it kind of makes us lose some space. Okay, that's very much giving ancient. Oh, but maybe this little desk situation is like a part of the museum exhibit. And so they're showing us like what the desk office space would have looked like back in the day. That's cool. I can hear Snap screaming downstairs. That one doesn't come in wood. This one does. How far can we put that and have it not clip? Oh, it can be like that. That's good. There is a similar desk in the base game, yeah, but this one is like, it looks old. And I like that about it. This is the typewriter. I put the typewriter on there, so we have that too. Oh, the typewriter in the glass case. Oh. They have it on display, like properly. Well, what if we had like a little bit of a display section of a couple things down here? I wonder if that could be kind of cool. We could have like a boat. This thing has lasers in it though, doesn't it? When you unpause. This is a freeze ray, which is probably not something they would have had. But suppose anything is possible. An old grandpa clock. We have a grandfather clock right here. Ye old freeze ray. So silly. I think I like the idea of that. Let's keep working on this little room though before we get too far distracted. Yeah, okay, it's not a freeze ray. I like what Christine said. We'll pretend it's like some kind of old-fashioned like instrument that was used for, I don't know, boating or something. Okay, it's not a freeze ray. It's an old-fashioned, oh, isn't there like a quill? Oh my gosh. Perfect. Historical desk display. There could be a level of some pictures hung up in here too. A star charter, a telescope. Some kind of compass, I don't know. Something like that is what it actually is. Okay, that one's hanging a little bit bad. This one, I think if we cover it with enough stuff above it, it might be okay. Okay, gallery wall. Pictures do technically work with the walls like this, but if you look really closely, I don't know if you can tell, but there's like some gapping. with it and the curve. So, okay, let's put another plaque. Oh, I don't even have a plaque up here at all. Okay, let's put a plaque then. Maybe over here telling you what you're gonna find when you go upstairs. And then we can do another one. Nah, not in there. Okay, I'm gonna put darker hardwood just on the inside part of this top floor. So it used to be a like full on, oh, let's cover that all the way up. It used to be like a full on lighthouse, right? Like functional, but now it's been converted into a park. So this is accessible from the outside. How does it look at nighttime? Okay, we'll have to get some more lights up there. Add the book from vampires. Oh, like a visitor's book? That's cool. The book that you can hang on the wall could be cool too. Vampires. This could even, we could pretend that it's like old captain's logs or something, you know? Like, it does feel kind of museum-y. That's super cool. We don't have a lot going on in this room, but we could put this and then have the plaque next to it for a nice explanation. Okay. What do you propose we put upstairs? Should there be a chair? That's kind of random, right? You'd love to get your grubby little hands on the ancient paper. Wouldn't that be cool? We could put another one of the books up there. Something else to look at. We could just have it be empty. It might look better if there's nothing up there. You know what we could put is the telescope. Imagine you get struck by a meteor up here. The whole building comes crashing down. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's leave this part simple then. I like that. Okay, that's where it's supposed to be. If I had alt placed it before, but this is fits a bit better. Easel. We could put an easel in this little top room, especially because this black one kind of blends in. So we could do that so you could paint up here. I want to get some more lights on the outside. I'm wondering, so this is going to be hung, like this is hung on top of the ceiling part, right? But that way, if it's nighttime, I need to bring a sim here. I want to come test this again. And this is why I haven't done the terrain paint, because we've been like in and out so much. Let's find out. Yeah, we could put like 5. We could just like stack the light up on top of itself multiple times too. And that might be an idea as well. Okay, I put loads of them. So something that I have done in previous builds with the lighthouse, or I don't remember if we actually ended up settling on this or if I got rid of it, because it might look weird. But I had done like, and this kind of ruins the ability for you to come up here, right? But we had used like the spotlight. Can you even see it from outside? I wonder if I could size it down and then put it in the roof. it still on? It's supposed to be a spotlight. I just can't quite see it being a spotlight. Oh, I guess it is. You can kind of see, you see the sparkles in it? That would be awful for planes. I know. Well, the thing is, like, there's not really a lot of other options of things that kind of give off that sort of vibe. So do you see, like, you can kind of see it this way. Like, this is, those little sparkles are supposed to be in the line of it. You like it fully sized? Well, so remember, the problem with it being fully sized and in here is that then it's no longer functional as a place for you to visit. And we want it to be functional as a place to visit. That's not a very good spotlight. Is there a different one that is bigger? I don't know. I feel like there's like... Those are all ceiling lights. I don't want that. We could do one of the debug ambient lights too. I would like to see if we could have some kind of animation to it. It's kind of fun. I think the party kit one is too party. Show hidden objects. The party one has like, I don't know, it's like strobe lights. Size up the get to work siren. You mean the... Okay, don't size up the get to work siren. I don't know if I like the look of that, because I want it to be able to be hidden a little bit. I know, Snap, you're a little bit early for dinner, though. Did you know that? Yeah, Snap hates that idea. I'm sorry, I know I keep making that joke where I like... I know. She hates the joke, too. I keep making the joke where whenever she starts yelling, it's because she doesn't like whatever I just said. I know I keep saying it, but there's just something so funny about that to me. My cat is actually being starved, as you can tell. It's really horrible what she's been forced to go through. She has to wait like maybe 20 extra minutes for dinner, even though she usually eats at 7:30 and it's 6:52. I'm looking for the debug. Here we go. I want to see about this. Does this light up at all? Anything extra? I feel like it doesn't even do it. Why do I feel like these aren't even doing anything? Well, it's definitely brighter up there. So... do I think a porthole style window would work in the lighthouse office? Oh, people didn't like windows when I tried to put them inside of the main building of the lighthouse. People didn't really like how it looked, so we decided no windows on the brick walls. I want to go back there and look at it in build mode again. Tartosa. Well, yeah, that's kind of the story, Sky, is that this is not supposed to be a functional lighthouse. It's a retired lighthouse, and that's why it's kind of got, like, the museum vibe to it. Like, it's not a working lighthouse anymore. So it doesn't need to have, like, a big, giant, functional light. Like, it obviously looks cool to do that, but the story that we're trying to tell is that this one isn't the actual main lighthouse anymore, and that's why we're able to repurpose it into a park. So it's okay. Does fit the vibes of our storyline. I'm gonna get another chess table right here too. Yeah, in a museum it'd be cool to see the light in action, obviously. Like, that would be really cool as a fun little touch for it, but I just don't think it's gonna work for what we're trying to do. Can I put this out here? I kind of want this to be in the front though. Let me move these out of the way for a second. I know everyone hates that I moved this too. They wanted it to be angled again, like how I had it originally. They did not like it being on the side. Oh, but also, if we move this, I wonder if this could be like a fun little touch to have it be right there. As part of the park. I do actually like that. Where do we put the swing set then? Maybe the picnic table could be back there. I mean, if I got rid of these tables, what happens? It still counts as a park. We still have all the park requirements. So, technically, it is fine. I wonder if we could get 2 swing sets. Could they be off to the side then? It's not blocking your view from the wedding. Let's get some more plants. Might size this down. Yeah, the monkey bars might fit better. I really like this. So I really would like to have swings. I just prefer swings, you know? Face them to the sea. We could face them to the sea instead. Having them face backwards is kind of fun because people will swing opposite directions. It feels kind of cool for gameplay. Because you could sit here and you could swing and watch the water. Could you imagine? I think we should keep the picnic blanket right in the front. I like the picnic blanket as a feature of the park. Sometimes they're glitchy when they're too far off lot. Oh, really? Yeah, and the nice part about the swings over the monkey bars is that the adults can use the swings too, versus the monkey bars that only kids can use. So that's kind of nice too. How about some rocking chairs? Is this Tartosa? Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. I know it's very much, people keep saying it's very New England when they come in and see the build, but it is in Tartosa technically. How about red rocking chairs? What do you think? I kind of like them. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, the red matches the door, which is nice. Maybe there could be like a little lantern on there. Tartosa is kind of Italian inspired, I mean. I think with every Sims world, there's never like one strict influence. They sometimes mix a bunch of things together. But I think that Tartosa is mostly like kind of Italian inspired. You thought it was Greek? Well, see, there you go. There's gonna be some Greek inspiration too. But I think it's intended to be more Italian, but it's kind of like a general Mediterranean sort of vibe. They tend to do that. They don't really pick just like one country. They might like pull some things from a few different places in like an area. I think because it's kind of it's hard to make something and say like, oh, this is Greece. And then people are like, well, I'm Greek and this is wrong. You know, so if you say like it's generically something, I think they're trying to be like, oh, it's like this region. Because that way, like, it leaves them some wiggle room. And then you could be Greek and say, oh, it feels Greek. And then someone else is Italian and they say, oh, it feels Italian. And then everybody wins. I think that's kind of what they're trying to do with all of the worlds, though. Okay. I don't really like any of the lanterns. Maybe that one could be good, though. Keep it black. Sure. Yeah, because The Sims is, like, I don't know, The Sims is like a life sim, but it's like not quite exactly real life. So I think that trying to make an exact replica of a real life place is a little bit hard to do anyway. So to base it on something a little bit less specific, I don't know. Maybe it's better that way? I don't know. It kind of depends what they're doing, though. All right, let's try and put some like extra stuff outside. Like maybe we could get some fireflies and little sorts of things like that. Okay. What do you mean you have a cow plant in your back garden? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I should have assumed. Of course you have a cow plant in your real life backyard. That part is the most realistic thing they do. Let's put some mosquitoes right by the picnic blanket. Right where you're gonna want to sit and hang out, let's put some mosquitoes. In the back, too. Hope they like it. And we'll get some terrain paint. Okay. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Henford on Bagley is pretty specific, I think. Well, and also, I don't know, they have a few different teams that are making expansion packs right now. There's like more than one group of them that are working on them. And so like one team's philosophy could be different from a different team's philosophy with that sort of thing, which is why like sometimes the packs are really different. So, I don't know, that kind of helps. That explains a lot, I think, about some of those differences between expansions, too. Yeah, Willow Creek is also pretty... It's New Orleans. But I think that, like, their philosophy has also kind of changed over the years with the packs, too. Like, what they were doing when they made the game versus what they're doing now could be different, too, so... It's very interesting. No, it's not a wedding venue, it's a park. It's a park. It happens to have a wedding arch because it's not only for Greg Plant, but it's not a wedding venue, it's a park. Greg Plant's not gonna get married, but someone else might. Okay. Let's try and get some more dirt under there. Oh no. What? Was it that room that was messed up with the foundation? Yeah. Oh gosh. And then we should put dirt underneath like as much of this as we can. This is so unnecessarily difficult. Trying to put terrain paint down there. You're barely even gonna see it, but... Okay, I'm trying to decide if I like it or not. I think maybe if we had a couple planter boxes, we could just do these. Okay. And then it deletes itself. No, I'm not gonna reload the lot. I'm gonna be really careful about that now that we've got this part set up. So we don't have to worry about that. I do think that having a couple extra little red plants up here could be nice. Bring some of the greenery up there. And we could save. There isn't a grill. We could add a grill. That's true. There is an easel upstairs already, but we could try and put one in the back of this outdoor area. On like the balcony part. Yeah, when they made the Star Wars world, it's like a pretty specific and pretty exact replica version of the stuff that they have in the Disney parks. No joke. It like looks very similar. If you've ever been to like the Batuu section in like Hollywood Studios in Disney World, the Star Wars pack in The Sims, pretty close replica. It's a little bit weird. There's even things like some of like the lights that are in the game, they have them in real life at Disney. Because obviously they copied it for Disney, so it's very interesting. Yeah, I went there. I made a video going there once. What do you think about this? With the greenery right there? Do you think it's okay? I'm trying to get... I said easel. I could not remember the word for easel for a second there, but I got it in the end. You can put another easel outside on this little part. Another place for you to come do a skill. That's nice. Oh, the park came long before the pack. I think that when EA made the Star Wars pack, I know it feels like a really strange, like, why did they make that really random? But for a while there, EA had exclusive rights to Star Wars in video games. And so when their rights were expiring, they were like, we're gonna milk this for all it's worth. And they made like they made a Sim Star Wars pack. They made some Star Wars games, like standalone Star Wars game. Like they made a bunch of Star Wars stuff kind of all at once because they were trying to use up their, you know, they had rights to Star Wars game, so they're gonna try it. But yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of strange for The Sims to do something like that because there's not really a lot of collaborative stuff, especially like IP-based collaboration in The Sims. They sometimes will do like collabs with like more like a brand, like a clothing brand or like a designer, but not so much do it with like Star Wars. But yeah, that's I think why they did that and why they did it then. So never works well. Yeah, it's really hard to make a successful collaboration, I think, in The Sims 4. And I think that sometimes there's a lot of room, like with the Mac thing. It was kind of a mega flop, right? Because the makeup looks bad. It was like poor quality makeup in game. But there was potential to do a collab with a makeup brand. That could have been so cool. But instead, Mac repackaged. Here we go again. Instead, Mac repackaged. It's been a while since I whipped this out. This is just like an old palette that Mac had. And they like just put it in a Sims box and said, Sims collab. They didn't make a Sims palette. They didn't make like Sims shades. These are called, oh, are the shades not, oh, they're on here. Moon Rock, Copper Aura, Blackberry, Sugared, Quarry, Cosmic, Lunar Cycle. Like, this not a Sims. They could have had like Bella Goth and it's like a red lipstick. You know, like they could have done something really cool, but they didn't. They did this and it was stupid instead. And so the makeup in game was bad. It was like both of them kind of cheaped out and made it like a lazy collaboration, and so it then sucked. But this could have been so cool. Like if they pulled like a ColourPop Animal Crossing situation. Imagine if The Sims had a thing like this, but no. Lazy, stupid. That's what we got instead. Disappointing. But yeah, it could have been cool, and the makeup that they could have made in game could have been cool too. They've been making a lot better makeup lately in The Sims 4, but the Mac collaboration was in The Sims 4's flop era, so. Yeah, ColourPop would have been a better brand to do a collab like that with, but now that they've done it, I don't think they'll ever do a makeup collab again. For one, who knows what their contract was like? They probably had some kind of exclusivity term with Mac, and I don't know what that. Because, like, from my perspective, like, as a person who does sponsorships with brands sometimes, it's usually a relatively short exclusivity, because it could be like, say I did for example, I did that sponsored stream with Snyder's Pretzels like years ago. They could be like, hey, you have to sign an exclusivity clause that you can't do any more snack brands for the next 30, maybe 60 days. And so I couldn't get sponsored by Snyder's and then turn around and get sponsored by a different pretzel company at the same time, because they'd be like, well, you're a Snyder's girl right now. You can't be sponsored by somebody else that makes pretzels, but you could do a sponsorship for like somebody that makes headphones, because it's not competing. Anyway, I don't know what like the term would be like for a company like The Sims and Mac, but they probably have a relatively long term because it's in the game permanently and stuff. And I also, because it was kind of a flop, if I were them, I would not pursue a future makeup collaboration, you know? So a snack company love triangle, that was a bad example. Maybe a better example would be like, you know, when I was sponsored by Logitech, I couldn't then turn around and also be sponsored by like Elgato for a microphone at the same time as a Logitech microphone, because that's like it's a conflict of interest, I guess, in some ways. And like, they're paying you because they want to sponsor you, and they're kind of like buying that. So, but then it's usually it's a short term for like streamers, usually with the non-compete stuff. If they made it longer, they have to pay you a lot more money. They probably could pay me to be like, you can't get sponsored again for the next year, but that price goes up. Nobody really asked for that, so. Yeah, like being sponsored by Coke and then taking a Pepsi sponsorship at the same time. Like, I was sponsored by Coke yesterday and I'm Pepsi today. Like, that'd be wild, right? They like try to buy your allegiance for a bit. So Sims and Mac probably have that going on, but I don't know for how long. Anyway, it is kind of interesting, yeah. I mean, it makes sense, right? But I don't think they'd do that again. Will this be built on YouTube? Probably. I think I'll post it on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not sure when exactly, but I probably will post it on YouTube at some point. Do you think it's done? I feel like it might be done. Let me show you around before I put it on the gallery, just in case we find anything. So it's a park. And the storyline is that it used to be a lighthouse, like a functional... Oh my god, it's not done. I didn't finish this room. It's not done. And this is why you do tours, chat. I didn't finish the downstairs. Whoops. Hey, we're fine. We caught it in time. So it's okay. I think I might try and put another couch. I really liked the look of the couch. Thought that was kind of nice. Maybe we put it in the middle of these windows again. You love CC creator collabs? Yeah, I like when The Sims does those CC creator collabs too. I would like to see them do that more. I mean, even like for the sake of the creator, it's a really cool opportunity to get to do something like that and be involved in the game in that way, so. I think just in general, they're, maybe I'll only have this one then. Maybe that's better. But yeah, just in general, I think that their creator collabs are like usually really solid. Not biased. Absolutely zero bias here when I say that, but like honestly, I think their creator collabs usually are actually really good, so. Or Funko Pop. Oh my god. Well, you know what? They're doing the U2s. So them having the Sims U2s, I think we've lost all hope of Funko forever because of that. That's a good example of like the brand thing, because like Funko makes little pop figures, like little figurines, and U2s makes little figurines. They're doing Sims U2s. So I think there's no shot that they'll ever make a Funko Pop now. I would have loved to have a Funko Pop instead. I don't really like, I don't know. The U2s, let me see if I can find it. It might be for pre-order still. The Sims U2s collectibles, wait. Yeah, it is still up for pre-order. If you wanted to look at it, I can link it for you. I guess for transparency's sake, they did try to sponsor me U2s for this, and they didn't want to pay me enough, so I didn't take it. So, but I'm not sponsored by them. I said no. But they have a pre-order of the Sims ones if you wanted to look at them. If you just Google, if you have me watching the VOD in the future, it's Sims U2s. You can just Google that and you'll find it. They look cute, so. The pre-order, I don't know how long it lasts. It says estimated departure October 1st to October 31st. I don't know if it says when the pre-order ends. They have there's like a cow plant figurine, there's like a Grim Reaper plushie. So here's something that I don't love. They have like a Freezer Bunny plushie that they're releasing with it. And, I don't have it out right now. But I like the Sims Freezer Bunny plushie better than this one. The Sims had one on their merch store, and I thought it was cuter than this. I wonder if I can find it. Oh yeah. This one was like the official Sims one. And then this is like the new U2's one. Like, I think the Sims official one was cuter. So I wouldn't buy this one, but I already have this one, so why would I buy this one too? You know? I like the idea of the cow plant though. Like this, I did buy this. So, isn't that cute? Like, I'm really interested in this. There's a Grim Reaper little figurine as well. I bought that too. I bought both the figurines. I didn't buy anything else though. I'm not really interested in a Plum Bob plush. But you might like it. There's a Grim Reaper plush too. But same thing, the Sims had a Grim Reaper plush. And I thought the Sims one was better. They're just really different vibes. Like, this is the Sims official one that they sold on their merch store. And then, like, the one from U2's is, like, I guess it's more detailed. But I like this one better. But it kind of just depends what your preference is. This one's not bad. I didn't buy that, though. And then there's, like, this little burglar pin. I didn't buy this either. It's not Robin, so. If it was Robin, we'd have a different conversation. But it's like just some guy. Robin Banks is better. Anyway, I didn't buy this, so I won't know what it's like when it comes in October, but anyway, it's kind of cute. I like that. I think that this pin, I think why it's expensive, because doesn't it look like, I don't know if you can see this, but it's like probably dangling. So like instead of it just being like one solid piece, I think that there's like a chain link and the bag of simoleons are like separately attached and moves. So it's like a fancy connection in the pin and therefore it's like more expensive to produce. I think that's probably why it's more expensive. So I mean, that's kind of interesting, I guess. Lovely, so it'll break off, maybe. Maybe. But it is expensive, but I think that's part of how they're justifying the cost is by making it like a fancy pin. And that's kind of cool. I'm looking at my pin board. I don't have anything like that I can show you. I only have normal pins. But yeah. Oh, that's cool, Serena. That is cool. You collect Disney pins, so you're used to $11 pins. Yeah, this is honestly, this is like a lot of like nice, high quality enamel pins are like this price. So, oh, I'm so excited for the board game, Savvy. Like, actually so excited for the board game. I can't wait. Oh, does it mention the chain link in the description? I didn't even read it. Oh, attached by a chain so it moves as you wear it. Cool. Yeah, I really like pins, though. I can't show you because it's, like, on this wall. I can't really move my camera, but I have a little cork board that's full of pins. I have an interesting collection of them. It's out, the board game. Is the Sims board game out? I know that there's been news about it because... Oh, it came out 3 days ago. Well, I don't have it yet. Here, this is the Sims community article about it, if you want to see it. There you go. I think this explains how it works and stuff too. I love a board game, so I'm curious about it. That's the thing. So you like, if you like to buy like special pins from like people that make them, like small businesses, you're probably used to that kind of price. But then when it's like EA making it, it's kind of expensive. You want the board game so bad? Yeah. EA said they were gonna send it to me. They asked for my address so that they could ship me the board game, but I don't have it yet. If I have to buy it, I will. But they said they were gonna send it to me. It's not their fault, it just came out. I'm not complaining. I'm excited about it, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I don't want to risk losing out on my board game. Do you think it's okay like this? Maybe I should just leave it like that. It's relatively simple. Maybe I'll get a couple more lights on this wall. One of the wallpapers is missing? Where? Oh, we should get some more of the plaques. That's like information about this thing. They have information about the historic kitchen. I love the idea of that too, because it's like if this used to be the house that belonged to the family that ran the lighthouse, they would have had a kitchen. So this is like the historic kitchen that they had above the stairs. That, you know why that is? It's because I built a... So that's what I was gonna say. It was there, and then I rearranged some of the rooms in here. I wonder if I could get it from another... Ah, there we go. Different angle sometimes works with the curved walls. Okay, let me show you around real quick and then I'm gonna end because I think we're pushing it with the curved walls. So this is like the little entryway when you first come into the lighthouse. If you step forward, they have this really cool model of the island. This is actually Brindleton Bay, but we're gonna say it's Tartosa, okay? Because we're in Tartosa right now. To the left, there's a small wedding room. If you wanted to have your wedding ceremony here, you could. You can see the other lighthouse. This is the new lighthouse. We're in the historic lighthouse. They've got like a little sitting area. They've got a buffet table. There's things like an old typewriter on display. There are 2 bathrooms for you. And then there's a kitchen and like a little dining table. So you could cook if you wanted to like bake a cake for the wedding or anything like that. You could do that. And then upstairs, there's a games table. There's darts. You've got a computer, kind of like a library space and tea. You can also come out this doorway, and then this is how you access the lighthouse part. We kind of trying to like channel the museum vibes. There's like an old ship log, and also there's a really nice supply closet that you can woohoo in. And then up here, this is like the old lighthouse office that's like tucked away inside of here. And then at the very top, you can come up and you can stand outside at the top of the lighthouse if you wanted to. There's things like a playground and a picnic blanket, woohoo blanket, rocking chairs, because it is classed as a park. So we have like park things like chess tables in the back too. But I think this turned out really cute. I'm gonna put it on the gallery. Okay, to be placed on Tartosa. This is a historic lighthouse that's now been converted into a museum and park. The square in the sky is a debug light. It goes away in live mode. You just see it in build mode. But in build or in live mode, it just lights up basically. How many pages of packs? Oh, I'm scared to find out. We'll see. Let's get it uploaded first. I think 3 pages. 1, 2. Oh, 2 pages! That's not that bad. It could be, it's bad, but it could be worse. I've done worse. Hopefully you like it though. This has been fun. I had originally planned on trying to finish the vineyard that I started last week today. But then I was struck by inspiration. So I did this instead. We'll finish the vineyard tomorrow. We'll do the vineyard tomorrow. So that'll be good. I can show you the vineyard real quick because I started working on it, but I haven't finished it yet. We have most of the interior left to do. It's out here. Let's see. It's gonna be like a lounge kind of vibe. This is what the vineyard looks like. So there's loads of the grapes, and then there's like a cool sitting area. I haven't done any terrain paint, obviously. And then inside, there's like a stage and tables and a bar, but we haven't done any of the wallpaper or like art. Upstairs, there's gonna be a classroom. We wanted it to work as a restaurant too. So I've got like restaurant stuff. And then in the basement, there's gonna be like all the winemaking. So think like restaurant lounge kind of vibe with the vineyard, but that's what this is becoming. It's just not done yet. I really like the vibes of this. So we'll finish it tomorrow. I think it should take us like the full stream tomorrow to finish, but we at least have a good starting point with it, you know? Yeah, won't a restaurant be kind of fun? And we can pick the menu for it tomorrow too. We can like pick out all the like things they serve on the menu. We can put all the different nectars on the menu for the restaurant. I think it's gonna be nice. And we'll upload it like that. So anyway, I think on that note though, I have streamed twice today. So I probably should go. Also, my boss, the cat, is gonna start trying to demand that I leave. So I probably should go now before the boss comes in and I get in trouble. So let me go find somebody to raid and we can go play Sims with them. Oh my god. Okay, I know I raid Steven all the time, but Steven's doing shell tours. I love shell tours. Let's go raid Spring Sims. I want to watch. So when you do shell tours, basically he's touring builds that were like built by his community. And I just think that's so fun. So let's go watch Steven's shell tours. I'm excited about that one. And I'll catch you all tomorrow to finish the vineyard build. Same time, I'll be here like 3.5 hours ago at 4 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, if that is helpful to you at all. But happy Thursday. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you later, okay? Goodbye.